Welcome back to the channel for another video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more trading content, and let's jump into the video. Today we're going to prepare for the upcoming trading week of March 17th through March 21st. And when you're trading, it's important to get started or prepare for the upcoming trading week before it starts. And I do this specifically so I can call up my trades and my analysis live in the Market Mentors Discord, where I do my teachings of trading psychology and Nasdaq analysis, as well as showing my positions and other things and showing you resources on how to become profitable. So you guys click the link in the description to get started, to join us, and let's jump into the video. So step one to prepare for the upcoming trading week that I do is reflect and review on the last week. And for me personally, last week was a decent week. It was about a 50% win percentage, so it's not that high of win percentage as I had the previous 2 or 3 weeks. So it was a little lower on the win percentage rate this one, but it was still profitable because of how I do my risk management, how I do my targets. So all in all, it's still an okay week. I did profit. It's not like I had a losing week or anything, so I did get some more data and I did make a decent profit. So I'll take it. Those kind of weeks comes with this. Every week's not going to be a huge, heavy winning week. It just comes with it. So I just took that and I'm going to learn from it. I wanted to collect some data, do them based on the goals I had this week or that week, and I stuck with it. So it was good to learn and journal that down. So step 2 would be to backtest and fine tune. So I'm actually going to post probably two videos. I'm going to backtest the previous week with a fresh pair of eyes, and I'm going to post that video of me backtesting the previous week and trying to compare it with my journals and seeing what I did live versus what I'm seeing now with a fresh pair of eyes. So I'll backtest that and make it a video, and it'll be posted after this video. Probably maybe 2 parts because it'll probably be a longer video, so I'll probably split that up a little bit. So I'll show you guys that. It's always important to backtest with a fresh pair of eyes just so you can see if you're still seeing what you were seeing when you saw live, because if you're seeing what you should be seeing what you saw live, because you want to make sure you're following all your rules. But maybe you saw something different now that you're having a fresh pair of eyes. So you just want to understand why you're seeing things 2 different ways, or if you're not. So step 3 is always check the news and economic calendar before the week starts, because you just want to understand what kind of trading week it could be and how you should really approach it. So looking at this week, there is actually a few news events, especially tomorrow, but the times aren't really bad. So tomorrow's at 8:30. On Monday, it is a lot of news, but that's 8:30. So it probably gives some type of big pre-market spike up or down, and then it'll probably just settle out and mellow out before 9:30 hits when the market actually opens. So it'll probably be a decent trading day after that. Same thing with Tuesday. It's still the high impact news is here at 8:30. So it might see a big pre-market spike before the session actually starts, and then it'll probably calm down and have a regular trading day. And it looks like Wednesday will be the big day here because we have FOMC news and the Fed interest rate decision, and that's at 2. So I'll be definitely focusing on the AM session and New York session that day, and not really trading the PM session at all. I hate being in the market whenever the Fed or FOMC news is speaking, so I will make sure I close out any trades I'm in by the time 2 o'clock hits that day, if I'm in any at all. So yeah, the Wednesday should be straightforward for the Monday session at least. Maybe we'll get some trades for Asian session that day. We'll see what happens and what sets up from it. Thursday is same kind of deal. Not really actually. We got a pre-market news, so you see probably a big pre-market spike, and then maybe you can take like a move from that based on that spike, or after the spike when the price is trying to settle back down to normal. But then there is high impact news at 10. So that'll be an interesting morning session for New York session on Thursday. So that's one to watch out for a little bit. Then Friday is no big news, so it should be a straightforward day on Friday. It could be one of those Fridays that just gives you 4 or 5 wins just because the market is settling out in one direction. So we'll see what that brings. So it shouldn't be too bad of a week, but it should be a little interesting this week. And that covers step 3. So step 4 is that I always like to analyze a higher time frame just to understand where we are at and where price could go this week, what could potentially happen, just so I'm aware of what could be possible for the week. So looking at this week, price had mitigated this area of interest I had marked up before, because you see here it sweeps this liquidity, it breaks the upside, breaking all these swing highs, and then it's returned back to it, this imbalance area that's left. And I had this marked up, and price did return and wick to it last week, and then it gave a few buy moves off of it. I was hoping to try to catch a nice swing trade to this upside area and mitigate some higher imbalance up here that I had marked up, but I don't think it's happened yet. I might have missed the entry to where it could have happened. We see this big bullish candle, so maybe I missed the entry here and just didn't hold the runner to catch all of this, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm thinking price will either react to this and push a little higher this week, or it'll sweep this liquidity up here and then push the downside to go deeper in this area, because it did just barely tap it. So I'm thinking it could easily push down a little deeper and then go back up. So I'm either looking for it to push deeper or just keep pushing to the upside. And touching on that as well, because I know price is in a little tricky. It was a little tricky last week. You can see those daily candles, they were kind of just stagnant. You can see it's in a huge range right here. It's just in a big range since Monday. And it's really just accumulating here in this range. So I really wanted to break out of this range before, hopefully tonight, before we really do anything. But I'm thinking what could happen is, if we are going to push back to the downside, you probably will see a spike up, sweep all of this liquidity here in this range, and then push to the downside with like a big push. So maybe it'll spike up at market open or during London session, and then you'll see that push down to the downside with news maybe tomorrow at 8:30, and you see a big bearish push. Or you could just see a huge continuation from the upside from that bearish push. We'll see. Just kind of depends. So we'll see how it handles it when it breaks out this range. We'll see what it does and take advantage of it. So step 5 would be to write out your weekly goals, and my goals are pretty much the same as last week. I just wanted to try to take every valid trade that I can, regardless of like time when it sets up. I just want to do this to just track more information with how I've refined my system. So I've refined my system about a month ago, and it's had great results. So I just want to keep tracking more data and get at least a good comparison when I do this week as well, because I would have had 2 weeks of just taking the trades whenever they form, and not like specific session or time benefit wise. I just want to get that data down for this week and see what it's like, because last week was a 50% win rate basically, and the previous few weeks were around 60s, high 60s, and 70%. So if that's a correlating factor, I'll be able to just see that with at least 2 weeks of data and compared to the other 2-3 weeks I was trading. So we'll see how I want to just track that data and see what it's like, and understand so I can refine further. So that's basically my only goal this week. Just do that, and of course have proper risk management, take all the valid trades that I see, and just have a solid week. I mean, that's pretty much it for me, because I know I'm going to journal everything and have my psychology in check. So that's all I have for myself this week. So step 6, I would say, is always try to write affirmations, especially if you're not where you want to be yet in trading, in your trading journey. It's always important to write affirmations, because you don't want to have any self-doubt or negative talk whenever you're doing it. You want to go into the week with a clear mind. So I would always recommend writing them out, typing them out, putting them on your trading view calendar or on a sticky note in your journal. Wherever you can, put it there so you can write out different affirmations like, I'm a consistent and profitable trader, I have faith and desire in my trading ability, or I'm like a disciplined trader who follows my system fully. So those are the 3 basic ones that I usually do. So just feel free to write that out. Put a reminder in your phone, make an alarm with it on there. Do whatever you need to make sure you're constantly saying it until you believe it and you're actually showing it, or the results are showing in your trading actually. And 7 will be to build your weekly watch list. So I only trade the Nasdaq for now, so my only watch list will be on the Nasdaq, and I'm not really looking for it to have or to reach any areas right now. I would say my watch list, like last week, would have been for it to mitigate this area, and that would have been my big watch list for the week. So once it tapped this area, I was looking to take advantage of a lot of buys, and I did take advantage of some buys last week. So that was a big thing I was looking for. So this week's not really any areas I'm looking for watch list wise. Of course, I'm looking for it either to push deeper into this imbalance area, or I'm just looking for it to break out of this accumulation area. So that's kind of my watch list. I want to break out of this area and sweep these swing highs. And that's pretty much it for me. And then 8 to be review your pre-trade checklist, especially when you're refining your system and changing how you want to trade, or just trying to get better and continuously refine, like I currently am. So my checklist is pretty much the same few steps. I'm going to go over that in my backtesting videos, the same steps. I just wanted to make sure I'm taking advantage of it of every trade that forms, regardless of session or time. If it's before 8:30, an Asian session, New York PM session, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the trade forms at 4:30, before, like 30 minutes before session close, or like 2 minutes after session open. Well, I'm not gonna do that session because the spread would be too high. But if it's like at 30 minutes after session open for an Asian session, it doesn't matter. I just want to make sure I'm taking every valid trade that I see. At least in the times that I trade, I don't trade London session personally, just because I'm asleep at that time. So I just want to make sure I'm taking every valid trade, and that's the only thing for my pre-trade checklist for this week. I'm just going to continue to try to refine just the timing of when I enter my trades. So with that being said, I'll wrap the video up here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let's have a good trading week, and join Market Mentors, link in the description.